HarperCollins presents the Gothic Horror Collection, 4 haunting classics filled with mystery and suspense, abridged especially for young listeners.
Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley, retold by Beverly Birch. Chapter 1. I must write events down at once, just as they happened. How strange they are. We'd become trapped in the Arctic ice, in thick, blanketing fog, the ship dangerously hemmed in on every side, and little sea left to float in. Mountains of ice threatened to crush us, or trap us here forever, to die of cold and starvation. When the fog cleared, my fellow sailors groaned, and I, their captain, felt the same fear. As far as we could see on every side, nothing but vast, rugged plains and peaks of ice, without end. It was then that our anxious thoughts were pierced by the strangest and most unexpected of sights. A mile away, a dog sledge, speeding towards the north. We took up our telescopes, and could then see the figure in the sledge, guiding the dogs across the ice. It was shaped like a man, but it was a truly gigantic size. How could anyone be here, travelling alone like that, hundreds of miles from any land, far out on the sea ice, this desert of eternal frost and unbearable cold? We watched until we could no longer see him. About 2 hours later, there was the roar of the sea breaking on distant ice shores, the groaning of the ice. We waited in fear. Just as night fell, the ice split and opened a way for the ship to leave. Yet, in the dark, we couldn't risk setting sail, for fear of colliding with treacherous, loose, floating masses of ice. I tried to get a few hours of sleep, and at first light, the next morning, went up on deck. I found my crew leaning over the rail, pleading with someone far below in the sea. To my astonishment, it was another dog sledge, marooned on a fragment of ice that had drifted to us during the night. On the ice, only one dog was still alive, and a man, nearly frozen to death, skeleton thin from exhaustion and suffering. In vain, the sailors were trying to persuade him to come aboard, yet he would do nothing till he knew where we were going. Only when I revealed our aims, that we were on a voyage of discovery towards the North Pole, was he satisfied. Only then would this half-dead stranger agree to be rescued. We started to carry him to the cabin, but in the sudden warmth, he fell unconscious. We returned him to the deck and worked fast to bring warmth back into his body, rubbing his arms and legs hard. The moment he showed signs of life, we wrapped him in blankets and put him near the hot chimney of the kitchen stove. Slowly he recovered. He sipped a little soup and recovered a little more. It was nearly 2 days with constant care before he could speak again. Watching him, I was often afraid that what had happened to him had driven him mad. So wildly did he look around, and so often did he plunge into moods of black despair. So many questions we wanted to ask. We tried not to tire him, but on one occasion we asked why he had come so far on the ice alone. His face became darkly gloomy. His only answer was, "To find one who has fled from me." We told him then of the strange sight we had witnessed the day before. At once he was frantic. He pressed us with question after question.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?